this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
Amazon Pharmacy presents Painful Thoughts.
It's been a long, bumpy road dealing with yet another bladder infection. And driving to the pharmacy to pick up meds, I went over a pothole and a little pee came out. So now I get to stand in line with pee-pee pants.
Next time, skip the pain and get fast, free delivery with Amazon Pharmacy. Healthcare just got less painful.
Do you want to find a stress-free way to buy your next car? Start at CarMax and shop your way. And if you want to browse with confidence, get pre-qualified online with no impact on your credit score and shop cars within your budget. From luxury cars to family rides, CarMax has options for almost every price range, including more than 25,000 cars priced under $25,000. So, hey, want to get started? Just head to CarMax.com for details and get pre-qualified today. Want to drive? CarMax.
Wasn't that delicious?
So good.
Your bill, ladies?
I got it.
No, I got it.
Seriously, I insist. I insisted first.
Oh, don't be silly.
You don't be silly.
People with the Wells Fargo Active Cash credit card prefer to pay because they earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases.
Okay, rock, paper, scissors for it. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. No!
The Wells Fargo Active Cash credit card. Visit wellsfargo.com/activecash. Terms apply.
Okay, and then I said, yeah, he's a dumb guy, and then I said he's a Democrat, and I don't know if people are going to like that term or not. It maybe catches on, and maybe it doesn't, but it's true. Their policies are insane, and they would drive our country into ruin, and we've got to do great in the midterms, and if we don't, they will do everything they can to destroy our country. There's something wrong with them.
You're listening to the 47 Morning Update with Ben Ferguson.
Good Tuesday morning. Nice to have you with us on the 47 Morning Update, and we've got two major stories for you. First up, a California mayor right outside of L.A. resigning after agreeing to plead guilty to acting as an agent for the Communist Chinese Party. This happening as we move to story number two, which is now China making a full court press to infiltrate the very Washington officials that are investigating Beijing's influence in America, offering thousands of dollars. It's the 47 Morning Update, and it starts right now.
Story number one.
We have two very interesting stories that we're going to start off with today, and a lot of it deals with China and just how much they're trying to infiltrate and being successful at it in this country, possibly stealing major national security secrets and government information, as well as influencing the towns that many of you are living in. Perfect example of this is what we've just learned about a celebrated Democrat, a female California mayor, is now admitted to being a secret spy for China. And she looks very different to her photoshopped original images, which is part of the story. Now, the mayor of the wealthy Southern California city has since resigned after admitting she secretly acted as an agent for the Chinese government, according to the federal plea agreement that was unsealed on Monday. The former Arcadia mayor, just outside of L.A., her name was Wang. She's 58, and she agreed to plead guilty to felony charge of acting as an illegal foreign agent for the People's Republic of China and helping push pro-Beijing propaganda inside the U.S. Now, you may ask yourself, why would they want a random mayor? Well, let's be clear. China wasn't getting a random mayor. They were getting a mayor of a very wealthy suburb of L.A., and that is exactly how she could help push pro-Beijing propaganda, not only inside the U.S., but also with those that have so much influence over our culture in Los Angeles. Now, the interesting part about the crime that she's been charged with is it carries a sentence of up to 10 years in federal prison. The stunning case prompted immediate fallout in Arcadia, where city officials confirmed Wang stepped down from both the city council and the mayor's office on Monday. Federal prosecutors allege Wang spent years, let me say that again, years, working under the direction of Chinese government officials before rising into elected office in Los Angeles County. They also claim she used a Chinese language news website to distribute propaganda favorable to Beijing while secretly coordinating with officials tied to the Chinese Communist Party. This wasn't a low-level operation. This was full influence from the Communist Party in China. Authorities described the website as a fake news platform specifically targeting Chinese Americans, and that's where they find many of their spies. Now, the case has also triggered intense scrutiny of Wang's carefully crafted public image. Again, China plays at a different level. They've gone pro is the best way I can describe it. Campaign photos and promotional images used during her political rise depicted Wang in heavily polished and retouched portraits that projected a glamorous and approachable persona to the voters. I'll go back to the core point here. China has gone pro in influencing America. Now, the unedited public images reveal a stark contrast to the stylized campaign photographs that once appeared across city political materials and social media. Her dramatic downfall came just hours after the city of Arcadia announced Wang's resignation from the city council and her departure as the mayor. As of May 11, 2016, Wang resigned from the Arcadia City Council, vacating her position as mayor, the city said in a simple statement posted online. Now, in its next meeting, the city council says they will select a new mayor and a mayor pro tem from among the remaining council members and will begin discussing how Arcadia's District 3 will be represented until next year's election cycle in November. Wang was elected to the Arcadia City Council in 2022 and later elevated to mayor through the city's rotating leadership system. According to the Department of Justice, however, Wang's ties to Chinese officials stretched back well before she ever took office, which is exactly how they have so much influence in America right now. Federal authorities say that from late 2020 through 2022, Wang worked alongside her then fiancé under the direction and control of officials tied to the Chinese government. Together, prosecutors say they operated the website called U.S. News Center, which presented itself as a legitimate Chinese-American news outlet, while allegedly serving as nothing more than a propaganda vehicle for Beijing, specifically to have major influence in the U.S. According to the court filings, Chinese officials sent Wang's articles and directives through the encrypted messaging app WeChat, instructing her and others to publish content that would be favorable to the Chinese Communist Party. One of the most explosive examples outlined in the plea agreement involved propaganda denying allegations of genocide and forced labor in China. On June 10, 2021, a Chinese government official also allegedly sent Wang a pre-written article. It was titled China's Stance on the, of course, forced labor issue. Now, there is no genocide it started with. There is no such thing as forced labor in any production activity, including cotton production. Spreading such rumor is to defame China and destroy the safety and stability, the message read according to prosecutors. Now, we all know that there are many people that are actually, yes, slaves and slave labor in China. Like the Uyghurs, which is a huge problem for China because the world knows that many of them are enslaved against their will and are being abused as we speak. Now, the court document also says that Wang immediately reposted the Chinese Communist Party propaganda to her website, literally within minutes, and then immediately sent the official link proving that it had been published in America. So fast. Thank you, everyone. The official responded. Authorities say Wang repeatedly reported analytics and audience engagement data back to Chinese officials after publishing the propaganda articles for years in the U.S. In one August 2021 exchange citing the plea agreement, Wang sent screenshots showing an article had received more than 15,000 views after officials requested edits to the story. Saying, "Great," the official responded, according to the prosecutors. "Thank you, leader," Wang replied. Now, federal prosecutors say Wang never disclosed that the Chinese government was directing the content appearing on her website. The case became even more alarming to investigators because Wang ultimately ascended into public office. Now, this isn't the only story that should be shocking you right now, which brings me to part 2 of what I was saying about just how concerned you should be about what's happening with China. We now know from a New York Times report that their headline, well, pretty much says it all. Quote, "He offered a lawmaker's aid, quick cash. Was he spying for China? A staff member on the House China Committee was promised $10,000 for U.S. policy insights on issues like Venezuela and rare earth minerals. When a man identifying himself as Chris Chen reached out this winter to an aide on the House committee focused on threats from China, he came armed with a lucrative offer. The staff member Mr. Chen proposed could earn $10,000 or more by barely lifting a finger. All he would need to do is agree to phone calls every other week to share information about the committee's work and U.S. foreign policy about China. Insights into U.S. trade or national security issues, including the Trump administration's plan for Venezuela and the aftermath of the January military operation there, would be especially valuable, Mr. Chen said. To sweeten the pot, Mr. Chen reportedly promised to send the aide $2,000 up front. The offer seemed too good to be true. Instead of quietly accepting the deal, the aide, whose identity the New York Times agreed to withhold because he works on sensitive policy issues related to China, reported to his bosses on the House Select Committee on the Chinese Communist Party. The panel quickly concluded Mr. Chen was not the Singapore-based business consultant he claimed to be, but instead likely a Chinese intelligence officer or contractor seeking a new recruit. By framing the initial offer as a, quote, trial period, we learned Mr. Chang dangled the expectation of a longer relationship, obviously with more payments to come. It's a common recruitment offer to hook up spies with real cash for those that are willing to just drop a little information. Now, rather than cut off contact, the committee's Republican majority staff agreed to keep talking to Mr. Chen. They recorded a series of calls this winter to learn more about Mr. Chen's tactics as well as his interests. Transcripts of those calls, which the committee shared with the Times alongside some of the recorded audio, depict a determined and at times impatient individual eager to earn the trust of his mark and get down to business, meaning having results for the Chinese Communist Party. Mr. Chen mixed holiday greetings with elaborate questions about manufacturing, for example, in Vietnam and Mexico, as well as the future of Venezuela's oil industry. Now, what's truly incredible about this story is the fact that the outreach by Mr. Chen to an aide on the very committee that's responsible for investigating Chinese national security threats appears to provide an unusually vivid portrait of how Beijing spy services seeks to gain access to sensitive information from within the corridors of the power in Washington. We also know about Chinese spies that are sleeping with, well, former members of Congress while they were in Congress. You may remember the guy from California that was, well, sleeping with Fang Fang, the Chinese spy. We also found out there was another Chinese spy that for years, actually decades, was driving around a top Democratic senator. So if you think this is a one-off, it's not. The scary part is right now there's no telling how many people are willing to take money from China to sell out the United States of America within our government all over the country.
Thank you for listening to the 47 Morning Update with Ben Ferguson. Please make sure you hit subscribe wherever you're listening to this podcast right now. And for more in-depth news, Also, subscribe to the Ben Ferguson podcast, and we will see you back here tomorrow.
This is Sophia Donner from OK Storytime. This summer, find your next obsession on Prime Video. And listen, we're not saying you need another obsession, but there could be a lot worse ones. Steamy romance, addictive love stories, and the book-to-screen favorites you've already read twice, so why not watch them a third time? Off Campus, Elle, The Love Hypothesis, and more. Slow burns, second chances, chemistry you can feel through the screen, and it makes you wish you were actually in that movie. We've got binge-worthy series, can't miss movies, perfect for when you're ignoring your own problems or procrastinating, as one does. Your next obsession is waiting. Watch only on Prime.
The wait is almost over. Get ready for the NFL season with the highly anticipated 2026 NFL schedule release. Every rivalry, every rematch, and every rookie debut. With matchups locked and kickoffs confirmed. Be there for every can't-miss moment. The full NFL schedule release coming in May. Get all the details at nfl.com/schedule release.
From sauce to dust to nuggets, Diablo dusted crispy chicken nuggets. No, they don't come in mild. That would make like 0 sense with the name. New Diablo dusted crispy chicken nuggets, only at Taco Bell. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time and while supplies last.